Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about what you do for wildcard. What would you use your wildcard on right now? Who do you want to bring in if you got a wildcard right now? And let's talk about all of that. First of all, we're going to have to take out every player that I'm just not seeing the potential with right now. I mean, it's not like not seeing potential, but it's just, you know, these players can be improved upon, and we'll talk about how we can improve on different players in different ways. I think this guy is going to be essential to most people, especially with the run that they've got right now. Wolves, Southampton, Bournemouth and Brighton and Spurs. Game that's just going. Yeah, maybe not score against Liverpool, but he might do. We don't know yet. But he's got a nice run. He's got a nice run right now, and the guy loves goals. 10 goals so far this season, but 2 blanks in a row. 2 blanks in a row. We'll see how that goes. We know it's going to go, don't we? We know it's going to be an absolute streak and a half right now from him. I think people can be happy with Raya, and I think people can be happy with Muric. You know, Muric is a cheap option, and he does do well in games. So I think I'm not going to bother changing them. I do think, you know, if you have an Arsenal defender in right now, it has to be Gabriel. I think your next argument is Saka versus Palmer. And I just think the way Chelsea is, I mean, you can just do like bring in Saka and then go like Madueke and then bring in Jackson as well, because I feel like then you've got the goals Palmer's going to get involved in kind of covered. Jackson at 7.9 right now as well, but it does leave you a bit skint in other positions there. Who else in a bit of good form right now? We know Smith Rowe's in a bit of good form, to be fair. Smith Rowe's been having a good time, but how's his fixtures looking? Not too bad either. We will put Smith Rowe in for now. I think he's had a good enough season. We're going to have Bowen in the team right now, I think, and we are going to run out of budget pretty quick and we'll have to change things around, but I think Bowen's been good enough that you can pull him in the team. Then you need to go for your cheap striker option. I think the way he's playing right now, Delap could be that option, but right now for me it is Strand Larsen. Strand Larsen's that guy for me. He's the one that I'm looking at as my cheap option right now. I know he's got City in the next game, but after City they've got a really nice run, Wolves. I know Wolves have been playing bad, but this guy, he's been getting in there. What, 0. You know, XG is my XG, mate. You know, he's got a goal and he's got 2 goals and an assist so far this season in a pretty stinking run for Wolves, an unusual stinky run for Wolves. But look at the games: Arsenal, Chelsea. Yeah, they could have done better, but drawing against Forest away, out of context, they'll take that. I lost to Newcastle, I lost to Aston Villa, I lost to Liverpool, and this loss to Brentford shows they can get goals. Shows that the team's got goals in them, and they're probably going to lose to City as well in the next game. Probably lose to Brighton, but then Crystal Palace, Southampton. These are games that they can Bournemouth, games that go in Fulham away, games that they can run Everton away. You know, Ipswich at home, Leicester away, games that they can win. And that's a really good investment to bring in someone like Strand Larsen right now on the run that they're about to have. To get a really nice run coming ahead. So yeah, invest in that run. In terms of everywhere else, right, we've got 25 mil, and we kind of need to budget that into our midfielders, into our defenders, sorry. Around 5 mil a defender, really, we're looking at, aren't we? So let's go up to 5.6 and see if we want to bring in any big boys. James Justin's got so many points, but that's because of his things right now. Robinson, I feel like, is a sound investment for someone so cheap. Ola Aina, I don't think the way Forest's been playing, Ola Aina is someone that you can trust in a bit as well. What's his fixtures looking like? Forest fixtures, what are they looking like? Once again, it's a nice run. It's a nice run for him right now. And that 3-game run's what you kind of got to look at before you need to be changing anything. Who else has been playing really nice right now? So we've got 2 very cheap options straight away there. I feel like investment into one of City's defenders, it would never hurt anyone. So let's go to Manchester City. So we've got 5.9 for Vardiol. Is Lewis starting every game? He missed that game against Arsenal, but apart from that, he's a consistent starter and he comes into midfield a lot. I think Lewis could be potential to be bringing into the team there. And we've got 11.4 mil now to spend on another defender or a midfielder. So let's go into the midfielder and keep that midfielder at someone below 6.7. That's what our options are. Harvey Barnes, very good option. Brennan Johnson, good option. Is the run nice enough for him? Back-to-back home games there, but in that City away game, it could be a good option. It could be. We'll put him in for now. We'll put Johnson in for now. Anyone else screaming out to me like that? They could be the sneaky option. They could bring in. No one right now absolutely shouting out to me saying get me in your team, and you need me in your team. I said I like having, yeah, not having Palmer right now is maybe a bit of a worry, but we've got 4.9 mil to spend on our last defender now. Let's see who we can get. We'll go to 5.1 and then we'll see who we can bring in with that. who has a nice enough run. What's Brighton's run looking like? Oh, that stinks straight away. That smells the gaff up. That smells the gaff up. Without phase. It's not a bad run, to be fair. Look at all that green. Look at all that greenery. Do you know what, though? If you're going to do that, you're going to bring in James Justin, aren't you? Surprisingly, that's a pretty good draft alternative. I know a lot of people are throwing out drafts right now, but I feel, you know, you're not having Palmer, not having three big over 10 mil players. You're having Madueke and Jackson, which kind of cover Palmer's, you know, not having Palmer in your team. Saka's in your team to cover Arsenal side of things. Gabriel's in there to cover the Arsenal defensive side of things alongside Raya. Ola Aina, Robinson. It's a shaky defence, but can you ever trust the Premier League defence right now? Or do you want to keep it in your fullbacks who get forward and have good runs right now? Smith Rowe is probably the weak part of the team. Bowen, we know what Bowen can do. Brennan Johnson is a rotational player. Brennan Johnson, Smith Rowe are your rotational players in that team. Sean Larson, trust me on that boy. Trust me on that boy. 5.5 mil is a bargain for him right now. I'm looking to bring him into my team. We will see, because I've got currently Jamie Vardy in there. I might play my wild card looking at this right now. I might play my wild card this game week, actually. Looking at, you know, this would bring me a video talking about what you could do with your wild card, giving you ideas what you could do with your wild card, and how I've kind of like talked myself into potentially playing my wild card. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm not going to do it on a whim. You know, this will be something I'll come to on Friday's video. But it's looking at that team. That's a really nice team going to the next few game weeks. I feel like I should put it into a like one of them test runs. So Jackson's run, you know, Chelsea's run's a bit stinky right now. That's the only downside to the team right now. But you could always just take it right, put in Onana who gets many points on FPL, and then bring in Havertz, because we know Arsenal's run is once again. Right, I might be talking myself out of it. But anyway, that is going to be what I'm going to put forward to as my wildcard option. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's alright. I think it's alright, that. I think that would do you well. And you know what, I'm going to make sure I look at this, and then when we come to next window, we'll see how them 4 games have been in between here and now. But yeah, I do thank you for joining in with this video, and let me know if you want to play your wildcards game week, who you're going to bring in, and who you're really eyeing up, and who you think it could be the star to take you to the next level. Thank you for watching, guys. Like the video, if you like, see more, subscribe to my channel every single day, and hopefully I do see you next time. Cheers.